obviously it was all about Russell. That was one of the early scenes that we filmed, and I think for me, for Annie, that was a turning point between George and Annie's relationship, because if the dynamics of the house was to be kind of compared to that of a family, I think George and Annie are definitely brother-sister-y kind of relationship, and there's a bit of squabbling that goes on in the beginning. George has put out that he has to pay rent for 2 when there's 3 of us there. Very insensitive to the fact that I'm a ghost.
Well, it's the characters, not me. You really don't look
You feel the sympathy part, I don't want to talk personal, so... so at that point, I think that's the point at which they kind of put their differences aside and just accept that for whatever reason, however it happened, they both got their conditions to deal with, and actually, when it comes down to it, they only have each other, and it really binds them. After that scene, I think something shifts in George where he can just see Annie and sympathise with her, and ends up being really there for her, and their relationship is really a lovely one to watch, because they just get really close and supportive, and
that's a moment when the characters really bond, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's when they really connect. Before that, they found each other increasingly annoying more and more, and then at that moment they realised each other was kind of in the same situation.
Yeah, definitely. Because I think it's that kind of thing, that human aspect of it is when you've got so much of your own stuff to deal with, when you are stuck with a load of people that are all trying to deal with their own stuff, nobody's concentrating on helping each other because you're all so immersed in your own rubbish. And so it's that moment when they all kind of stop and go, well, if we work together, maybe we can help each other out, and so that's kind of like a bit of a turning point.
Which is a great segue for you, Russell, to set up this clip, because George is also struggling to come to terms with his new condition, and in the second episode, he encounters a mentor of sorts. So maybe you can say...
Yeah, George, thanks again, Russ. George is a werewolf, and he thinks he's the only one, and then he realises there's more out there. And for George, that's kind of terrifying, but also kind of reassuring in a way that he doesn't want to be reassured, because he completely rejects what he is. And whereas the other two kind of are very acceptable of his new friend, and lots of stuff ruins it and happens and makes George very uncomfortable in life. And, yeah.
Alright, let's show the clip.